First off, a big welcome to all the folks who've picked up Sunday Rivals over the last couple of months. I'm excited to see so many new faces in the community and appreciate everyone who supported the game thus far. Today, I'm happy to show some of the big changes coming to Sunday Rivals in the v.17 coaching update. When you edit your teams, you'll notice some of the previously empty sections are finally functional. The focal point of this update is the new Strategy tab, which gives teams 8 sliders to create a unique play style specific to their roster. Each one of these settings directly impacts how AI teams call plays on both sides of the ball, including options for determining run versus pass balance, how often teams go for 2-point conversions, how much clock they use up between plays, and their approach and aggression levels on defense. You will be able to create teams that love to pound the ball on offense, eating up clock along the way, hyper-aggressive defenses that blitz on every down, and everything in between. With the combinations available here, I'm hopeful these changes will start the process of making games against different teams feel more unique and memorable. And of course, these settings affect sim games too. This is a completely new feature to the game, so I'm especially interested in hearing your feedback on what's working and what can be improved. Feel free to comment below or join the Discord server linked in the description. Since this is the coaching update, we should talk about the head honcho. While we're not quite there yet, this update begins to lay the groundwork for getting actual, physical coaches into the game. For the time being, you'll only be able to name him, but I'm hopeful in a future update you'll be able to fully customize your coach and see him roam the sidelines. You're also going to be interacting with your team's general manager a lot. Like your coach, this is all pretty early, but you can start by setting each team's budget, which will have some impact on what teams can do during the preseason. Speaking of, there's a bit of an actual preseason now, starting with your head coach being freshly hired and tasked with the process of filling out his coaching staff. In the future, your staff will have an impact on how your team performs in-game, so you'll want some say in how that budget is spent. In the meantime, just pick some names you think are cool. Let's advance where we discovered that it was our GM speaking to us all along, and boy is he hyped to get the season started. You're going to start seeing your staff integrated into multiple places in season mode, beginning with the head coach's rundown of your opponent's game plan on the pregame screen. I've also added a scouting section, where you'll get a thorough report of your opponent's top players on both sides of the ball from your new player performance coach. You may not be able to see your coaches on the field yet, but you're definitely going to hear from them, as I've added an all-new coaching tab to the play calling screen. Expect to get an earful from the head coach when you mess up, but he's quick to recognize when things are going well too. The entire staff gets involved, so you'll hear callouts for in-game milestones reached by both teams, plus strategic advice and trends from your coordinators. There's a lot of wisdom here and even more to come in the future, so you'll definitely want to take a knee and listen to what coach has to say. Scouting reports make their way into the game too, with live, in-depth breakdowns of your opponent's top performers at each position during the game. You'll also be able to compare how each team is faring statistically in the Leaders tab. Finally, there's a handful of gameplay improvements and bug fixes coming in this update, but I'll spare you the details and just point you to the Steam page to read the full patch notes. Okay, I'll give you one. Calling kick defense is simple now. Just press A. Sorry that took so long. In the near future, I'll be working on smaller things that add more depth to season mode, including some new customization options. Looking out a bit further, I'll begin work on finally expanding and improving playbooks, inching closer to the game's full release later in the year. You have questions or comments? I want to hear them. Stop by Discord, the Steam forums, social media, YouTube, whatever works best for you. I'm looking forward to your thoughts on how this is playing and hope you enjoy the update. And as always, thanks for playing.